The power of indifference, mastering emotional detachment and mental resilience. You control the game. When you stop reacting to every little jab, every whisper of doubt, every fleeting opinion, something incredible happens. You become an enigma. People look up to you, sense your presence, but can never quite grasp your power. And in that mystery lies your greatest strength. True power isn't loud, it doesn't shout, it doesn't flinch, and it certainly doesn't beg. True power is presence, an inner stillness so potent it doesn't need validation. A presence so grounded it commands respect in silence. Master that, and you master not just your emotions, you master life. 1. Emotional detachment, the discipline of strength. Think about the strongest individuals you know, not physically, but mentally. They aren't the ones who react impulsively. They don't let their emotions hijack their decisions. Instead, they pause, they assess, they choose their response with surgical precision. This isn't because they lack emotions, far from it. It's because they've trained themselves to control those emotions. Emotional detachment is not suppression. It's not coldness. It's the ability to feel, but not be ruled by what you feel. Picture this. You're in a heated argument. The other person is trying to get under your skin, pushing all your buttons. Most people would lash out. But what if instead you smiled, unmoved, unbothered? In that moment, you robbed them of their power. They were expecting chaos. You gave them calm. That's emotional sovereignty. 2. Detachment is not disconnection, it's control. Emotional detachment is about protecting your peace. It's understanding that your inner world, your thoughts, your energy, your self-worth is sacred, and not everyone gets access. When you detach, stress melts away. Clarity replaces chaos. Problems stop being battles, they become puzzles. You stop overreacting and start responding, and that shift changes everything. This is the mindset of winners, of leaders, of those who rise while others fall apart. 3. Thought shapes reality. Why detachment elevates you. There's a timeless principle. What you think, you become. The energy you give, the emotions you focus on, they shape your outcomes. If you allow every minor frustration to derail your focus, you become reactive, scattered, lost in a sea of trivial distractions. But when you take full control of your thoughts, when you master your internal dialogue, you become the architect of your own life. Take the story of a man who lost everything, his business, his savings, his stability. Most would crumble, but not him. Why? Because he understood one truth: his mind was still his. And as long as that was intact, he could rebuild, and he did. Stronger, wiser, clearer. That's the power of detachment. When you stop identifying with failure, you unlock your potential to rise above it.
That's our 4.
Don't serve emotions, let emotions serve you. Most people let emotions steer the wheel. Doubt, fear, anxiety, they hijack focus and sabotage potential. But those who've mastered emotional detachment have flipped the script. They let emotions inform them, but never control them. They persist through failure. They don't let temporary feelings destroy permanent goals. They see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as signposts, because they've trained their minds to ask the right question. Does this serve me? Untitled 5, the practice of non-reaction. To train for detachment, begin with a pause. When someone provokes you or life throws you a curveball, pause. Observe your internal reaction. Ask, is this worth my energy? Will this matter in 5 years? More often than not, the answer is no. Every time you choose not to react, you build your inner armor. You preserve your energy for what actually matters. And over time, your stillness becomes your superpower. 6. Let purpose be your anchor. A crucial pillar of detachment is purpose. When you know what you're building, what you're living for, petty things stop shaking you. You no longer react to every insult, every drama, every criticism. Why? Because you're on a mission. And missions require focus. When you live with purpose, your priorities become crystal clear. You realize not every opinion matters. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every voice deserves a response. 7. Mindful indifference is a superpower. We're conditioned to care about everything, what people think, say, expect. We're taught our worth lies in approval. But the truth? Most of it doesn't matter. Ask yourself the next time you're overthinking, will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, let it go. Indifference doesn't mean apathy. It means wisdom. It means conserving your energy for what truly deserves it. 8. Stop seeking approval. Choose yourself. Approval is a trap. When you chase it, you hand over your power. You start living for applause instead of authenticity. The moment someone else's opinion outweighs your own, you lose control of your life. But the most magnetic people don't chase approval. They walk their path boldly. They own their truth, flaws and all. And that self-assurance, it's irresistible. The ones who change the world never fit in. They face criticism, rejection, doubt, and they keep going. Why? Because their confidence comes from within, not from being liked, but from being aligned with their own values. Let that be your compass. 9. Reclaiming power from criticism. Criticism is inevitable, but how you handle it defines your character. Weak minds collapse under disapproval. Strong minds filter it. They take what's useful, discard the rest, and keep moving. No emotional turbulence, just quiet power. Ask yourself, is this constructive? Does this person's opinion carry weight? If not, move on. Don't let noise become your narrative. Most criticism is projection, born of envy, fear, or ignorance. Don't internalize what doesn't serve you. 10. Emotional resilience is your competitive advantage. Criticism, failure, rejection, these are all tests of your emotional control. The strong pass them by staying grounded, composed, clear-headed. The weak crumble, the strong recalibrate. This is what sets high performers apart. Their detachment isn't coldness, it's discipline. It's maturity. It's the understanding that nothing external should ever have more control over you than you have over yourself. Conclusion: stand unshaken. In a world obsessed with opinions, validation, and emotional reactions, be the exception. Be the one who doesn't flinch. Be the one who smiles in silence. Be the one who doesn't give away power over temporary things. Because once you master detachment, you become untouchable. Not because nothing affects you, but because nothing controls you. And in that state, you don't just survive. You thrive. You rise. And the world has no choice but to respect power you carry in your calm.